coaches are assessing how you do things and how you move and how, you compete. So those are the things that, controlling what you can control and practicing and really just when you get the opportunity to compete, going all out, those are the types of things that will stand out to a coach, not just your exit velocity and overhand velocity and if you hit a home run or whatever it might be. But taking pride in the little details and being able to exhibit those to a coach is a night and day difference.
I think that intangibles matter a lot to college coaches. I think that qualities like being scrappy, being a hustler, working hard, controlling the controllables, showing up with energy, being an energy giver instead of an energy vampire are things that absolutely matter to college coaches, because one thing that I think is understated in the recruiting process is, yes, coaches want kids that can perform on the field. Of course, they want great students that they can get through admissions. They want great athletes who are going to contribute to their program on the field. But they also want student athletes that they're going to spend a lot of time with and around for 4 years. And so they want players that can not only be an individual contributor, but also contribute to the culture of the program.
I think the ability to connect beyond softball. When I hear them talking about conversations they had with girls or guys, it's like, oh, they were a person. They weren't just a player. And I remember my first camp, it just made me realize, wow, yes, obviously everybody cares so much about their athletic performance, and we put so much emphasis on it. But I realized that, those games that I went 0 for 4, they actually wanted to see that I could speak and have a good conversation with them, not about the game of softball. And after I went 0 for 4, I could go into the dugout and cheer on a teammate to hopefully pick me up, and just to see that I was a person. I wasn't just a player, like a robotic player on the field.
I would say hustle. I would say anybody that hustled in a showcase had my eye or had my attention. There are 5 tools in baseball, but I also think that there's a 6th tool, and it's hard work and it's hustle.
I'd say composure. These coaches are looking for guys to be leaders on their team, whether they're leaders that speak out or whether it's people who lead by action. You have a bad at-bat, you don't want to walk back to the dugout while you're shrugging your shoulders because you have more at-bats to come. And that's kind of how you have to take it. There are going to be wins and losses in life, and sometimes you're going to strike out, and you're going to have to get back up there and get a hit the next time. I think the more you carry yourself with that positive attitude and confidence, and going into the coach, shaking their hand with a strong grip, surprising them with your conversation, not being timid or I don't want to say boring, but you want to bring some pizzazz to that first intro, because that's how the coaches are going to remember you.
This is a long process, right? You want to get to know a player as long as possible to make sure that she's going to be a good fit with the current girls you have on the team, with the rest of your coaching staff, with your university, academically. And so they're looking for every opportunity to meet you and get to learn what kind of person you are and what kind of player you are, what kind of teammate you are going to be inside their programs.